Good morning, my friends. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026 at 7:24 a.m. My name is Melissa from Melissa's Struggling Walk with Jesus. I'm here sharing the Word of God with you using the Amplified Holy Bible and the Navigator's Bible Reading Plan. I'm working out of month 9. I'm working out of the Old Testament in this video in the book of Proverbs, and I will be sharing chapter 28. The title is Warnings and Instructions, and it says, "The wicked flee when no one pursues them, but the righteous are as bold as a lion." Check out Leviticus chapter 26, verses 17 and 36, and Psalms chapter 53, verse 5. 2. When a land does wrong, it has many princes, but when the ruler is a man of understanding and knowledge, its stability endures. 3. A poor man who oppresses and exploits the lowly is like a sweeping rain which leaves no food. Check out Matthew chapter 18, verse 28. 4. Those who set aside the law of God and man praise the wicked, but those who keep the law of God and man struggle with them. Check out Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. 5. Evil men do not understand justice, but they who long for and seek the Lord understand it fully. Check out John chapter 7, verse 17. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15. And 1 John chapter 2, verses 20 and 27. Verse 6. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than he who is crooked and two-faced, though he is rich. Check out Proverbs chapter 19, verse 1. 7. He who keeps the law of God and man is a wise and discerning son. But he who is a companion of gluttons humiliates his father and himself. 8. He who increases his wealth by interest and usury, excessive interest, gathers it for him who is gracious to the poor. Check out Job chapter 27, verses 16 and 17. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. And Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 26. Verse 9. He who turns his ear away from listening to the law of God and man, even his prayer is repulsive to God. Check out Psalms chapter 66, verse 18. Psalms chapter 109, verse 7. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 8. And Zechariah chapter 7, verse 11. 10. He who leads the upright astray on an evil path will himself fall into his own pit, but the blameless will inherit good. 11. The rich man who is conceited and relies on his wealth instead of God is wise in his own eyes, but the poor man who has understanding because he relies on God is able to see through him. 12. When the righteous triumph, there is great joy and celebration. But when the wicked rise to prominence, men hide themselves. 13. He who conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but whoever confesses and turns away from his sins will find compassion and mercy. Check out Psalms chapter 32, verse 3 and 5, and 1 John chapter 1, verses 8 through 10. 14. Blessed and favored by God is the man who fears sin and its consequences at all times. But he who hardens his heart and is determined to sin will fall into disaster. 15. Like a roaring lion and a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a poor people. 16. A leader who is a great oppressor lacks understanding and common sense, and his wickedness shortens his days. But he who hates unjust gain will be blessed and prolong his days. 17. A man who is burdened with the guilt of human blood and murder will be a fugitive until death. Let no one support him or give him refuge. 18. He who walks blamelessly and uprightly will be kept safe, but he who is crooked and perverse will suddenly fall. 19. He who cultivates his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless people and frivolous pursuits will have plenty of poverty. 20. A faithful, right-minded man will abound with blessings, But he who carries to be rich will not get. But he who hurries to be rich will not go unpunished. Check out Proverbs chapter 13, verse 11. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 21. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 4. And 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. It's 21. To have regard for one person over another and to show favoritism is not good, because for a piece of bread a man will transgress. 22. He who has an evil and envious eye hurries to be rich and does not know that poverty will come upon him. Check out Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5, and Proverbs chapter 28, verse 20. 23. He who appropriately reprimands a wise man will afterward find more favor than he who flatters with the tongue. 24. He who robs his father or his mother and says, "This is no sin," is not only a thief, but also the companion of a man who destroys. 25. An arrogant and greedy man stirs up strife, but he who trusts in the Lord will be blessed and prosper. 26. He who trusts confidently in his own heart is a dull, thick-headed fool, but he who walks in skillful and godly wisdom will be rescued. Check out James chapter 1, verse 5. 27. He who gives to the poor will never want, but he who shuts his eyes from their need will have many curses. Check out Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 7. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17. And Proverbs chapter 22, verse 9. 28. When the wicked rise to power, men hide themselves, but when the wicked perish, the consistently righteous increase and become great. Check out Proverbs chapter 28, verse 12.